Hi, this is Joe Gleason back with another week of our Fireside chat where I share tidbits, nuggets, pearls of wisdom, and best practices from my practice and from friends and colleagues in the industry. So I borrowed this idea from the old FDR Fireside chats that he had during the Depression era and also as we ushered into World War II, where FDR would just give sort of informal talks, just conversational, and oftentimes impromptu. And so what I want these messages to be is just an informational way to get some of these ideas in the world of finance where you don't feel any pressure, you don't feel any judgment, and that you can get good information so that you can make good choices moving forward. So today what I want to talk about is coming into a large sum of money. Maybe you're someone who is expecting a big inheritance, maybe you're someone who just won a lawsuit, or perhaps you won the lottery. What I want to talk about is when this happens is to make good choices with it, because statistically the odds are not in your favor that you will have this lump sum of money through the duration of your life. And so making good decisions right up front as you're receiving the money is very important. And so with that, what I would say is if you yourself aren't really educated and comfortable with the world of finance and taxes and all those sorts of things, that you find someone that has your best interest at heart. I'm a fiduciary, so I believe in the fiduciary standard, and go interview a handful of advisors. Now be careful. This is a very subjective industry, meaning that if you go and sit down and talk to 5 different financial professionals, you may get 5 different philosophies. And so it's important that you match up your philosophy with the philosophy of the person that you intend to move forward and work with. And know that this is a long-term relationship. It's not just a quick transaction that you fill out some forms and ride off into the sunset. This really should be something that person works with you for an extended period of time and hopefully the rest of your life. And so that's very important. Next is have realistic expectations. You need to have an awareness that, you're going to have this windfall, but if you're not smart with it, then the money can go away very quickly. So manage those relationships. The people who come out of the woodwork with their hand out, it's going to put a lot of pressure from the experience that I've had when this has happened for clients, that it has put a lot of pressure on them to have to be able to say no, and to be able to set up boundaries, and that not everyone gets to benefit from your windfall. And also make sure that you have a plan with the money. Be aware of the taxes, be aware of the risk that you're taking, and also just use good, sound financial practices. Just because you have a large sum of money doesn't mean that you should just throw caution to the wind. I also like to tell folks, go have some fun with it. Take a chunk of money, whatever the appropriate amount would be, and go spoil yourself. Go spoil your friends and family. Go take a trip. Go do that cruise. Go, make those home improvements, whatever those things may be, but just don't go crazy with it, and that you're mindful of the extent of what you're doing. Because we'd hate to have you have this blessing and then have those dollars fade away. So those are some tips, tricks, and best practices. If you would like to talk more about how you'd like to get some help on that, feel free to give me a call. I'd love to talk about it. My number is 623-815-9100. The rest of my information is below. And please share this with your friends, family. If there's anyone that you know that's come into some money or is expecting to come into some money, feel free to share this video. And as always, I want to help you be empowered to live your dream lifestyle.